Hello there, my best friend. My name is Ignaz Semmelweis, and I want to tell you my story.
Have you ever wondered why grown-ups are always telling you to wash your hands? Well, it's a super important habit, and the reason why? Well, that's a long story. And guess what? It's my story. Okay, let's dive in.
So our story starts a long time ago, way back in the 1840s. I had just become a doctor at this big, grand hospital in a city called Vienna, and I was so excited to help mothers have their babies safely.
But something was very wrong. A lot of the new mothers were getting sick with something they called childbed fever, and nobody knew why. It was a really sad and scary time, and I knew I just had to find an answer. I've always been a very curious person, you see.
And this is where I found my very first clue. The hospital, you see, it had two different clinics for mothers. Now look at this chart. In the clinic run by doctors, like me, so many mothers were getting sick, almost 18%. But in the clinic run by women called midwives, almost everyone was safe and healthy. The number was way down at 2%. Why? What on earth were we doctors doing that was so different?
So the answer came from a very sad day. But before that, I checked everything. I mean everything. Was it something in the air? The way the mothers were positioned when they gave birth? I even thought maybe they're just scared of the priest's bell ringing in the hallway. But nothing I did changed the numbers. I almost gave up. I really did. Then, my dear friend, another doctor named Jakob Kulichka. He had a terrible accident. He cut his finger during something called an autopsy. Now, an autopsy, that's when doctors study someone who has passed away to learn what made them sick. It was important work.
And my friend, he got very sick, and he passed away. And his illness, it looked exactly like the childbed fever the mothers were getting. And suddenly, I had an idea. It was a strange idea, maybe a little bit scary, but it made so much sense.
I realized there must be these tiny invisible bits, like a deathly dust on the doctor's hands from the autopsy room. You see, the doctors would go straight from that room to help the mothers deliver their babies, without washing their hands. We were carrying these invisible particles with us. So that was it. What if we could just wash the invisible dust away? I had a hypothesis. That's a science word for a big idea you want to test. My idea was this. If the doctors washed their hands with some special, strong cleaning water, maybe, just maybe, the mothers would be safe.
And so, I made a new rule. It was a simple rule, but oh, it was so important. Here's what it was. Step 1, before helping a mother. Step 2, every single doctor must wash their hands. And step 3, they had to wash them with a special mix called a chlorinated lime solution.
Okay, remember this number? 18%? That was the terrible, awful number of mothers getting sick in my clinic before my new rule.
And this, look at this. This was the number after everyone started washing their hands. Less than 2%. It worked. It really, truly worked. I was saving mothers so their children could have them. It was the best feeling, just the best.
Now, you'd think everyone would be happy, right? You'd think they'd all cheer and be so excited. But they weren't. My idea worked, but a lot of the other doctors, they were angry. You see, my idea was based on numbers and proof that these invisible particles on our hands were making mothers sick and that hand washing saved lives. But their idea was based on old beliefs and, well, pride. They thought sickness came from bad air, and they thought a gentleman's hands just couldn't be dirty. My idea was it was too new for them.
I tried to tell them. I really did. I didn't care about getting famous or anything. My only goal was so that a child could keep their mother. But they wouldn't listen. I even wrote angry letters. I called them murderers. Maybe that wasn't the best way to talk to them, but I was just so frustrated.
You know, today people have a name for what those doctors did. They call it the Semmelweis Reflex. Can you believe it? Named after me. It's when someone just automatically says no to a new idea just because it's different, even when there's proof that it's right.
I was so sad for a very long time. And my own story, well, it didn't have a very happy ending for me. But my idea was too important to just disappear. My idea had a very happy ending. You see, after I was gone, other smart scientists came along. A man named Louis Pasteur proved that those tiny invisible things, they were real. He called them germs.
And another man, Joseph Lister, he used my idea to make surgery safe with clean tools. They showed everyone that I had been right all along. And today, you wash your hands to stay healthy. It all started right there.
So my story, it's not just about washing hands, is it? It's about some really important things. It's about being curious and always asking why. It's about trusting the facts and the numbers. It's about not giving up, even when things get really, really hard. And it's about using your amazing imagination to solve problems. And most of all, the most important thing is to help other people.
So I have a question for you. What is the next great idea the world needs that maybe only you can see? Thank you for listening to my story, and never, ever forget the power of a curious mind and clean hands.